Welcome to another episode of Scrapnique TV. Today I'm going to show you some tips and techniques for using my new packet of templates. I actually am releasing 2 packs of templates today for a total of 8 templates. And I want to show how easy these are to use, whether you are a pocket scrapbooker or just a traditional one. So you'll notice that there's kind of this weird overlay looking thing. This is a plastic overlay. If I hide the layer, it looks like a regular template, but with it on, you can kind of see the stitching around the edges. It's kind of to be similar to if you were to buy an album and just put things in the pockets. So very traditional pocket scrapbooking here. Or for paper scrappers, the big tool right now is a fuse, where you can use the plastic sheets and create your own little stitching in between them. So this kind of gives that look. So lots of different ways you can use this. You can leave the plastic overlay over the top and scrap your layout underneath and print it this way to give it kind of an authentic look. I personally am not a big fan of that, but I wanted to at least give that option for anyone who wanted it. Another option you can do is you can move this plastic overlay to the bottom. And let me show you what that looks like. So that would just be done here in the layer palette, like the tutorial we talked about earlier in the week. Super easy to just move layers through. So here, the plastic part is actually on top of the background layer. And I personally don't even cover the background layer. I just let it print it white because I think it looks just as if I were to have it in a book. And it still gives a little bit of stitching, but it's very subtle. And then the rest of my page can go on top, and it will be glossy, and everything will just pop that way. The other alternative is to hide that layer, and then you can pull in your own paper as a background paper and scrap it that way. For today's, I'm going to leave the plastic overlay with a little bit of stitching down there. Now I've designed these templates to be really super easy, where you can leave it the way that it is and just clip papers to the different things, like the little frame that says today or the little word art that says cherish, or you can remove them and put your own journal cards in there. So I'm just to show you how quick and easy this can be, we're going to start with this little thing right over here. So first I'm going to find a paper, and I'm going to be using my kit. It's a, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's a boy kit. One of my favorites that I've made. I love the neutral colors in this, and it's really good for a lot of different things. I'm actually scrapping this page to use pictures from a zoo trip with my kids, and so I just thought this would be a really good neutral kit that would work for that. So I'm going to clip that paper to the card, and now for the tag part, I'm going to do a white paper. And quickly clip that, and that does the tag part. Now the top of the tag is this part up here, and I'm just going to clip the blue paper back to it that matches the one underneath. Let's see how that looks. And then the stripe overlay I'll add with my white. Okay, and I think now that I look at that, I'm going to get rid of the blue and bring in one of the other colors, like maybe the yellow. That will pop nicely with the blue background. So there you go. Super easy, and at any point I could take off the stripe layer, I could take off the top and just have the tag. So lots of options here. I tried to keep everything in layers so that you can have multiple options to work with. Then with the circle tag, I'm just going to bring in the red. Now with this one, I put in an example. It says replace this. So I'm just going to delete that. You can basically use your text tool to put in anything you want there, or add something from a kit. In fact, for right now, I'm just going to leave that empty, and we'll come back to it in just a minute. Now we're going to work on this photo spot right here. I'm going to bring in one of my photos from our zoo trip. Let's see. I really like this one. So we can do Command or Control A, Command or Control C, come back and Command or Control V to clip it on there. Move it up, and I might make it just a little bit smaller to fit better there. And I'm going to clip that. Okay, so now as you can see, it has photo written over the top of it. I obviously want to get rid of that. So if I go to the very top, it says delete this layer. Just simply delete, and all the places where it said photo go away. Back down here to my photo, I've got this photo trim that goes around it to kind of frame the picture. I can hide that. I can leave it. I can clip something to it. I think I'm just going to leave it the plain white. I really like the contrast that that gives. It just kind of helps to really make that picture pop. So the next one, we're just going to go right straight across, and this will be the last one we do today. So I'm going to bring in another paper. This time I think I'll bring in, let's see, I think I'm going to bring in the striped paper. Clip it, create the clipping mask. The photo, go back over to the little photos. Let's see. Maybe this one here, make it a little smaller. Do about 1400. Okay, Command or Control A, Command or Control C, back over, Command or Control V. Move it up into the spot. Clip it down. Still want to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Now for this word cherish, I could leave the white, I could hide it or take it off completely and add a word from the kit, or I can pick a color. So I could do this red and clip it, and there you go. Or I could have done the yellow, or kind of whatever you think will look good. And the rest of the layout would go as simple. Let me just look real quick in the elements of this kit for something to go on that red circle. So something like this might be nice. Add a little shadow to it. And there you go. So lots of options to do with the template. I hope that you find this helpful and that you will be able to use these templates in your scrapbooking. Thank you so much for joining me today.